Everyone, कैसे हो? So my name is Arun Chabar, and in this video I would like to tell you another experience of me for giving a GD in a placement that came for my college, that came into my college. So the company was Alpha Learning, and basically what this company do is it's asked for the role that to being a teacher, learn robotics and AI, and teach it to different students. And this is it. This was a job role, and this is a edtech company which provide this kind of solution. So this was it. Today was my GD, and it was my first lot, so I didn't have any prior knowledge that if I could call any of my friends that what was the topic being asked, what kind of topic in general. So it was 11 a.m. I signed into my Google account and then logged into Google Meet. So ma'am told us that basically it will be a 20-minute GD where you will tell about first 5 minutes you will discuss about the topic. I mean, you will thought about it, and then rest 15 minutes we will talk to and fro, and at last we will conclude the topic. So the topic of ours is talent necessary to be talent. Fuck. Is discipline necessary to be talent? So this was a topic. So I thought that this is discipline. This is a really easy topic, so I can nail it definitely. So what I just thought was, just give me a second. This was the paper that I wrote. So basically here you can see that first 5 minutes understand the topic, and then rest 15 minutes discussion will be there. So topic was, is hard work more important than talent? So मैंने इसमें पॉइंट बनाया कि हार्ड वर्क कंसिस्टेंसी चाहिए होती है, शेयर परसिवरेंस चाहिए होता है, डेडिकेशन चाहिए होता है करने के लिए. ठीक है, तो मेरा टॉपिक था यस. एग्जाम्पल मैंने कुछ लेने की सोचा था, तो मैंने कहा विराट कोहली और रोनाल्डो के लेने हैं. कोट मैंने सोचा था कोई कोट वगैरह बोलूँगा, तो हार्ड वर्क बीट्स टैलेंट, इस टाइप का कुछ कोट बोलूँगा. रिपीटेटिव टास्क एंड हाउ बोरिंग द टास्क इज़. हमें करना पड़ता है. डिसिप्लिन वही होता है कि जो हर सुबह उठ के वही रिपीटेटिव वही टास्क करे, तो तभी जाके मोर प्रैक्टिस होगी और ऐसा होगा. इफ़ अ पर्सन इज़ प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर जेई, मैंने एज अ स्टूडेंट भी इसका एग्जाम्पल लिया था. उसके अलावा मैंने एक इन जनरल एक यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट है, एक्शन चैन, आपने शायद से सुना होगा, तो उनका मैंने एग्जांपल लिया था. तो बेसिकली ये मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस था कि मैंने 2-3 पॉइंट लिखे, मैंने एक एग्जांपल दिया विराट कोहली और रोनाल्डो का. आई गिव द एग्जांपल ऑफ विराट कोहली एंड रोनाल्डो, एंड देन आई कंक्लूडेड विद in general example that this was a topic. So this was my thought process, and I wrote it down on a paper. Now it's time for us to start the GD. So basically Aishwarya was a girl who started the GD. She told that this, everyone had their chances. I jumped into the topic, and I told about my topic. So what I told was, discipline is this. So the example that I wanted to give was already given by another one. So I at that instant I immediately brainstormed and thought of a new example. That when I was in class 8th, I thought of maths is so hard for me, I cannot clear, I cannot pass. But as my mentor told me that this is the method, and if you will just practice enough, then once you will start seeing the process that it is going through the solution, the question how is the solution going. So I marked his words and just do it. In a few months I saw the result that my marks was improving, and they really thought that this was a really nice example, and maybe it was a. So this was the example. Then I asked a guy which was clearly silent enough. Clearly silent. He wanted to try, but as he started to speak, another one interrupted him and he stopped. So I gave him chance that please, oh, maybe you are trying to say something, so please go ahead. तो वो कुछ बोलने लगता है, उसके बाद फिर से another time another interrupt in between and all. So to and fro conversation चली, and इसके बाद ma'am asked us that let's give another someone else chance so that he can also speak. So Satyam, please go ahead and talk. So Satyam told as Arnav also told his previous example. He gave his previous example. It was really nice and all. So everything was going nice. Everyone was having nice pointers in their discussion, and immediately brainstorming through new ideas and how can I improve in this topic. Then it was time for things to be concluded. So what did I happen? I mean, conclusion is really subjective. there was no one guy who concluded. Everyone gave their one or two line that Harvard beats talent through sheer perseverance and all, and something like that. So one guy told that if a person is not talented enough and doing the hard work in the right way, then he will surely be failed. And he gave an example of of his friend who got into engineering, but later he realized that engineering was not his cup of tea, and then he switched it to CUET. He started preparing for CUET. So this was a point that if a person do hard work in the wrong direction, then he will surely fail, and this was it. But I countered that point by saying that if a person do hard work in wrong manner, how did he decided that engineering was not his cup of tea? He decided that after getting into engineering, na. So when he got into engineering, he started learning. Then he later realized that this is not his cup of tea, and then he switched on to something else. So maybe this. So this was my point that through sheerly hard work and perseverance, by trial and error, doing different repetitive stuff for over a long time, it creates a result that can even beat talent. That was my point, and I really gave it. So that was it. The last point that the ma'am told that okay, see you guys. Had a really nice time to talk with you, and this was it. Fuck bro, this was it. So this was all about GT, and as soon as the GT was completed, ma'am asked us to leave, and we left. Later, in a few 5 or 10 minutes, the result of AO Smith was declared, and fuck, I didn't clear it. I don't know why. It was the best interview that I had. I mean, they asked me so many questions. I replied them, and I replied them in so good way. No, and maybe they were asking for something else. They were looking for something else in a candidate. So that was it. So no hard feelings. I will surely try to do something else, and this was it. ठीक है मिलते हैं